Hi everyone, Dream God here, and welcome to another What If. I don't have a thumbnail, because I tend to ask someone to do a thumbnail when they activate the video. And as soon as he does that again, I will get him to ask what Deku, what MHA has dual monsters. Yep, MHA has dual monsters. Well, an old version. Thing is, dual monsters have come and passed. And the thing is, they're like our time with dual monsters, where we didn't have bullets to actually run the dual monsters. We just had the cards. So Izuku would just have the cards. Well, somewhat. Oh, but now, without getting off track, let's just continue on the thing. So yeah, as you can tell, here's one of them, the other one, and another one. Izuku will have, like, different decks of dual monsters. You might have different sets of cards of dual monsters. Wait, hold on. Okay, I got my cards. If you hear me shuffling through cards, yeah. So yeah, I have multiple decks. I guess get the other ones ready. Damn. I hate my toad so far. So yeah, Izuku have multiple different types of cards, but his favorite deck shall be the Performance Pal, since I don't have a hero deck. And yeah, mostly because I like all these guys, mostly because they're awesome. Yeah. And that's about it, I like them. But I will have another one with a few dragons and a few links and synchros. And he will have a number card. That will not change. You will have one number card, which is actually the one I have. And yeah, let's just continue. So, Deku is 4. He loves heroes, as always. Dual monsters have not been heard of, because everyone's forgotten about them. It's mostly the Heroes Battles card game. It's a card game I made up for their modern time. Thing is, dual monsters have long forgotten. Nothing has prepared no one to get back. So yeah. Midoriya has, thing is, Midoriya actually has a card. A dual monsters card. Let me just look for it. And yes, it is a Reformer Pal. Reformal Pal, Gatling Ghoul. It's a fusion monster. That's actually the only dual monster card he has. And he found it on the school floor. He asked every kid here. Thing is, he asked everyone, where did this card come from? Well, at least that's what he asked himself. He actually asked himself that. He asked all the kids in the playground, but none of them said theirs. So he decided to keep it. And it kind of looks cool to him, since after all, he is a 4-year-old. And yeah, Deku, or should I say Izuku, because he doesn't have that name yet. Izuku discovers he's quirkless. Yes, he's still quirkless. The best. And I'm not gonna change that. Actually, now that I think about it, none of my what ifs I'm gonna change them that he's having a quirkless unless it specifically states quirk. Yep. Unless it specifically says quirk, I'm not changing. I'm still, yeah. Sorry. Sorry. Nose. And yeah, shall I continue? Yep, I shall. So everyone was curious. Well, no, I think I messed up. Scratch that. I mean, Izuku was crying. I got way too far into the what if. Sorry. Izuku was crying. Izuku was crying because he wanted to become a hero. Inko drive them home, and yeah, everything like that happened, like in canon. But skip about 5 years. Izuku's 9. Because I know people getting quirks when they reach 4, which after he still gets picked on, but Kansuki and his goons and Izuku, or should I say, or what Bago calls him, Deku, they discovered an abandoned building, and it looks like a shop. They enter and notice that there's cards. They don't recognize these cards, except Izuku. He took out his card and noticed that they have this. Some of the cards have the same same type of card. So he instantly got excited, noticing that this might be Yu-Gi-Oh, the card game. You might be wondering, why am I calling it Yu-Gi-Oh? It's because this card game is like our card game, where they actually have the shows and all that. So the game is still called Card Yu-Gi-Oh. But there's a little twist I add into this world, which you'll be notified soon. They noticed that there was a hatchet behind the counter. They told Izuku to enter it, since they went down this. Not hatchet. They noticed the basement, so all of them went down it. Izuku was off because they actually had posters of Duel Monster cards and all that. Yu-Gi-Oh cards. I'm just gonna call it Duel Monsters because I like calling it Duel Monsters. It's actually more comfortable than calling it Yu-Gi-Oh. Unless I'm talking to someone, then I will say it. But in what ifs, I would call it Duel Monsters. And yeah. Izuku was in awe of Duel Monsters. He doesn't know the shows that well because the shows are no longer there. And Yu-Gi-Oh is long forgotten. But he actually researched on Yu-Gi-Oh, saw the cards and all that. But the games were shut down. Which he was kind of hoping to find a deck, find a card, some cards, and that. And turns out this place has all of them. Every single card. Of course, he won't have all of them. He doesn't have the cards I have. Which is a lot. Well, not a lot, it's very few, but who knows? He might get them all. I have multiple card decks of Duel Monsters. Let's get some cards out of the way. Yep. And let's just continue on, dang it. Okay, let's just continue. I was just getting my cards out. Sorry, everyone, for misunderstanding for that. So Itsuki instantly explored. He was super excited. He checked every single box, everything, and he even grabbed a few. Bago and everyone else was curious why, and the goons were curious why he's so excited. Until Izuku noticed something. A crystal. He noticed a dual disc. He was actually amazed. He actually tried to activate it and it actually works. And it assigned him as duelist. We called him enter a name. So he said Izuku Midoriya. And then it says the duelist name. He decided to go with the name Kanchan gave him. Bakugo Katsuki, if you don't know. You never watched him actually. So he said Deku. They accepted and it continued. He took off the dual disc because it was very high tech for some reason. More high tech than some hero gear. You might be wondering why I have this on. It's because it's actually the dual disc. Dang it. It's actually the dual disc that. Dang, I forgot his name. It's actually the dual disc in. It's actually a mixture dual disc of all the dual discs. Except, it's mostly a mixture of the Arc 5 dual disc and. Like, brains. Dang, I can't. Like, brains. I can't say it. It's one with AIs. If you don't know. Wait, hold on. Let me get a picture of it. I got things. Is this? The last guy, that's the guy. And this is his character. In the Link brains. And Yu-Gi-Oh! Brains. And yeah, it's actually a digital world with AIs. That's actually Darkness. Or I forget his name. I must have this on. And yeah, it's actually quite cool. Izuku is actually amazed. Right, all these cards. He grabs the links, he grabs every card he can get his hands on. And stores them in his backpack. Sorry about the pause, but let's continue. You might be wondering why I always go on rant, but it's because I'm used to rants. I used to have accounts there where I rant too. But I know where I'm fine. Let's continue. So Izuku got most of the cards. He got his own Performance Power deck with a few dragons. From, dang it. This guy. I forget his name. I know Yugi, and I forget his. Yugi is the only one I remember. Hold on, let me look up the name. Sorry for the pause, but here's all their names, and it's Yuya. I can't say some of these names. Yeah, Yuma. No, not Yuya. Yuma, but Yuya. Yuma. I can't say that one name. But it's Yusei. I can't say Jaden. No, it's not Jaden. I think it's Jaden. I think that's how you say it. Yugimoto. And that's about it. I can't say his name. So let's do the normal. But yeah, I'm just gonna leave it on this. Yeah, he has all these. Since we have all the generations, we'll have all these cards. He'll have like most of these cards. Just be wary. Just be wary. I will use some of the cards. Baguio was actually curious. Baguio was curious why Izuku was so happy. So he asked, "Hey, Dad, why are you so curious?" And Izuku said, "This is actually an old card game." And I actually looked up the shows. I actually found some in old shows. The shows were originally originated from Japan. So I managed to get them all the DVDs and all that from all the series, and watched them all. Yes, if you go watch almost every single series. The only one he hasn't watched is Link Brain, but he got a general understanding of it thanks to the rulebook he got online. Yugioh wasn't totally forgotten, like I said. Unlike what I said, I'm retconning that right now. But so everyone, I was getting paranoid. Sorry, I need a burp. So let's just continue. Izuku was actually generally... Baguio was actually generally curious. He said, "How do you play the game?" He said, in the shows they had dual deck, and each series had their own set of rules for each certain cards. And Baguio noticed that a device on Baguio's... not on Baguio's. Baguio noticed something on Izuku's wrist. He said, "What's that?" And Izuku said, "Oh, this is a dual disk. They actually generate functional worlds. At least this version, but I never noticed. But this dual disk could be different because it looks different from all the other series I watched. I only managed to watch the first episode of Yugioh Link Reigns. If you know how to say it properly, comment down below. Because the last one I can never say properly. The rest I can. Vessel, Arc 5, GX, and just regular Yu-Gi-Oh! GX, Yu-Gi-Oh! D 5Ds, Yu-Gi-Oh! Dexel, Yu-Gi-Oh! Arc 5, and I can say the rest. But I can't say the last freaking one. Sorry for my rant, I'll continue. I just need to find out how to cut. If any of you offered me my video editor, I'll try to find. I'll put a Discord in one of my. I'll put a Discord link in some other Discord. Maybe even I'll leave a Discord link in. If any of you are subscribed to Insane Monster, he has a Discord. I'll put my Discord link down there. Anything else? I will not. Either way, let's continue. So yeah, as in Izuku, Baguio asks, hand me it. Izuku says, "No, I'm already registered as a duelist. There might be more." So Izuku looked. He didn't see any more, but he did saw blueprints and materials to create them. So Izuku, as a 9-year-old, looked at these. He noticed that they actually had their own arc device, as in they can make their own playing field. So Izuku was incredibly happy. They noticed that there's actually a back room. It said Master Key. He looked and he had a key card. So Izuku instantly looked for the key card. He told everyone to do it, but they already left. Bago was the only one that's there. So Bago instantly helped him because he was curious about this Duel Monsters game. Because he thought, because he never heard of a Yu-Gi-Oh! Or try to say Duel Monsters. Either way, it works. He never heard of it. So they were quite curious at how it works. But as soon as Bakugo found the keycard and noticed that the keycard works, but it needs a dual desk to connect to it. So he called Izuku, or tried. So he said, "Oi, nerd! Oi, nerd! I think it needs your dual desk." So Izuku instantly went there, ran there, wondering. He noticed a cord, which his dual desk actually had a cord. When you looked in programs, each dual deck actually had a cord. So Izuku instantly just placed it on the cord in the slot. And he accepted him as a duelist. He said, "Duelists recognize. Duelist name, Izuku Midoriya. Codename, Deku. Entering, Duelist Vault." See, the guy who made this duelist was high advanced. And more advanced than what the rest of the world is. So when Bago and Izuku entered, they noticed multiple duelists from different genres, duelists from different series, even duel runners, and an arc system, a high stage arc system. Izuku was memorized by this. He instantly went everywhere, noticing each of the different things, noticing everything cool, everything. He wanted to, it was actually awesome for him. It's awesome for him. Bago was actually wondering why Izuku is so happy, because all these devices look different, and none of them look like they can hold a child. And Izuku said, "It's fine, Kanchan. You know this does not fit me right now." Actually, doesn't. He tried taking it off, and he knows it can't. So he tried taking it off, and he knows it's off button. So he took it off, and the door just retracted off his arm. So he was actually appreciated that he doesn't have to wear that all the day. So Izuku put that in his backpack. So what I'm saying is now that Izuku actually has multiple cards, different decks for different situations, and Bakugo even has the deck, which I am not sure what deck to give him. I could give him this one. Oh no, there's the spare cards. Never mind. This deck is too fun. So which one is good? I'll give him the number card deck. And Bakugo took a few cards to make his own deck. He asked Midoriya, "Hey, nerd, how much is the naked deck?" He says 60 cards total. The minimum is 45. Extra deck monsters, 15. Bakugo was curious, like, what are extra deck monsters? He says Lings, Xyzes, Fusions, and Synchros. Synchrons. I don't know, I just call them Synchros. And Bakugo was confused on all that. Because, if anything, this could be world changing. Because If Midoriya knows about this, he's actually wondering why the board forgot about it. Thing is, it's only forgotten in Japan and Europe. And everywhere else. Only certain people actually have Duel Monster cards, and no one really remembers how to play it. Not even the people with them. So he plans on selling them. Either way. So, and Izuku was actually wondering, how do I make this casual? How do I sneak in here casually and get these all out? So he asks Bosco if he can help him sneak these out of here. And Bosco would say, wait, why? You know that's stealing. And he said, no, it's not. He said, and I quote, and he said, forget I quote, he said, Duel Monsters is a world-changing experience. If someone made this kind of version of Duel Monsters, I can become a hero with these, and become stronger with these. Especially with this arc reactor. If everyone in the world actually had an arc reactor in their dual disk, they legitimately can't alter the reality. Not fully, but enough where people can get hurt normally and not get killed. But my dual disk is different because I don't see any other dual disks like mine. My best guess is this person wanted to make an art of. I guess this is the master dual disk. Morgan said, "Ha! Only a nerd will know this." He said, "I thought you grabbed cards." Kachan, Deku said, "Shut up. I'm leaving. Okay, but what about these? Leave them. There's no use." But Izuku knows a dual board, and he was quite excited because he grabbed it. He grabbed the dual board and walked away. He grabbed a few different dual disks that can link with the dual board. And you notice that these dual disks are quite small. But he didn't care. He got a few more cards and he found a few more decks and took them. He took them home. And Inko is actually a scientist. And Hisashi is out of the picture, to be honest. He's a deadbeat dad. I mean, why else would he be, gone? So, and Izuku went to the garage and went to his room and hid all the boards, grabbed the boards, and stacked them up, including the dual discs. He even went to his box where he actually kept his card. Kept his one Duel Monsters card, which was, let me look for it, I've forgotten. I'm pretty sure it's Formula. Yes, Formula Gatling Ghoul. That's his card. And he added it to his Pendulum deck. The only deck that he actually had that was actually already completed. And that'll be his main deck, to be honest. I'll actually be dueling myself with some powerful cards. Well, none of my decks managed to beat it, but who knows? It might. But hey, who knows? And yeah. Izuku, what's time scale about? So he's 9. Let's start when he's 12. The dual disc wristband started to get bigger, so he knows that this dual disc was adjustable on the arm. Even though it was a big dual disc, which his arm had a hard time moving with it on. He even got some deck boxes, some of his old deck boxes from his other favorite card game, which are Heroes Duel, which was actually a hero game, where they had card games of cards of the heroes, old and new. Every new hero they actually game, but it only comes up to the top 100. any lower they don't have until we get to the top 100. And practically they remake each card. They remake each card every 10 years. So Izuku gave up on that card game, to be honest. He fully gave up. Because he doesn't care for heroes that much anymore. He still got notes on them, but he likes duel monsters. He made, wait, hold on. 4 decks other than the Pendulum deck. He was amazed on how much duel monsters were popular. And with time skip to another where he's at the beginning of the anime. I'm just gonna end it here. See ya, and I hope you enjoy.